Welcome back. So now I'll show you the split location feature of the bimodal device. There may be some time when you want to play actually in two different modes or even in two different keys at the same time. So for instance, you may want to have a chromatic bass line going and then a diatonic melody. And the split location function makes that possible. So let's start by unlocking the modes from each other. We'll do like that. And let's switch. Here we're going to switch our lower mode to chromatic, and we'll put our upper mode in major. Now what this will do is it will allow us to make sure that all of our bass notes can be played chromatically and our melody notes can be played diatonically. And obviously you can set these however you like in whatever key you like. The way we define where the split occurs is with the split location dial. So here we see the split location dial, and as I move the dial, it changes the yellow key on this keyboard here, where orange is middle C, C3. And I can change exactly where I want the split to occur. So if I want the bottom of my scale to start on C3, now I have a C major scale here, and everything below that will be chromatic. So now I have a chromatic zone on my push and a diatonic zone on the push. And that can be adjusted here as well from this portion of the LCD display. And excuse me. Now the keyboard itself you can't actually interact with the keyboard here. It's just meant to show you where the split occurs in case you need to keep track of that. These red regions to the left and right, you can still play those notes, but the split won't go into those notes. When I designed the device, I sort of felt like there should probably be a limit to how far the split could go. It's a little bit arbitrary, and I may change that later, but for now, these red regions, the split won't go into those red regions. So you can see there it bottoms out right at that C and it tops out right at that C. So you've got about an octave on either side. But you still have full control over the range of notes that you would typically find on your push. Now, a slightly more advanced feature that you might want to use, if you'll follow me over here. If you set up an instrument rack, now here I've got my instrument rack, if you set it up like this, so now I've got basically a grand piano, but I've soloed it out. Now here, in my second portion, I've got a distorted bass, and if I select key from the instrument rack, I can now select regions for my two instruments and they'll sound appropriately. So I'm going to select from C3 up to C8 for my piano and from C-2 to B2 for my bass. So now I get, oh, let me just adjust this back over here. Just adjust that. There we go. So piano here. And now I've got two different instruments in two different modes, and if I really felt like it, I could even put them in two different keys. Okay, thanks very much.